I'm so happy that Bringing Home the Dharma is coming out with the chapters and teachings and essays and illumination that are a part of it, because we, those of you who are listening and myself, are in this remarkable time in the world when the great wisdom traditions of all the ages are in our libraries or on our laptops. And for Buddhism in all its traditions and practices from Zen and Tibetan and Theravada to come to America, we now have the capacity to receive and use and embody these teachings and make them our own. Because the point isn't to become a Buddhist, it's really to become a Buddha, to find your own Buddha nature. And Bringing Home the Dharma really focuses on the reality of living from the greatest wisdom and the depth of compassion that is your own heart's great beauty, true nature, in spite of all the unworthiness and self-judgment and conflict and all those things that we've learned as conditions. There's a story of a little boy, 7 years old, goes out with his parents to a restaurant to eat, and they're sitting there. The waitress takes the order, and she says, "What would you like?" And he said, "Well, I'd like a hot dog and root beer, please." And his mother says, "He'll have the meatloaf, carrots, mashed potatoes, and a glass of milk." So the waitress takes all the rest of the orders, and just as she's leaving the table, she turns back to him and says, "Would you like mustard or ketchup on your hot dog?" He says mustard. She leaves, and he looks at the table and he says, "You know what? She thinks I'm real." To awaken in the Buddhist teachings is to become real, or as Zen Master Dogen says, to become intimate with the world and with our own life. Enlightenment is intimacy with the world, says Zen Master Dogen. And in the teachings and chapters of this book, there is a mandala or a circle of how to become intimate as a Dharma practice with parenting and your children. How to make your heart a place of peace so you can enter the world of politics and bring clarity and balance and compassion rather than all the craziness that's there. Not to withdraw, but to become intimate with the world. How to include and train the breath and body, emotions, our own personal history, and our trauma, our wounds, as a part of meditation and as a part of awakening. And with these teachings and with these practices, the trainings of awareness and compassion and forgiveness that are offered in here, the chapters that speak about sexuality or intoxication, wine and drugs, things that people don't want to talk about but that are part of our life, we start to realize that who we are is the place of awakening, and that it's possible to use the very circumstances of our life, the very feelings, the very relationships, even the great troubles that we have or the world has, as a place to awaken compassion, wisdom, to take our seat or walk through the world as the Buddha that was born in us. And that's the offering of this book, and I'm so pleased that people are going to get to read it.